Hi Flosstube, it's Nerissa from Nerissa's Stitching Lifestyle in Christchurch, New Zealand. Welcome. This is Flosstube number 55. Today's date is the 16th of August 2025. And this is my Flosstube about my cross-stitch journey. Welcome. We have a lot to catch up on today. As you know from my previous Flosstube, I've been away for work. So I've got a lot of stitching done, but not as much as normal. I feel I haven't got as much as normal. Let me say that. I have managed to get some stuff completed. Some new starts for Stash Sharpler starts. And I'll show you all of those. I have progress on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13 projects to show you. Some gifts and a little bit of haul. I know, naughty. Not like I haven't got anything to stitch, but this is a little bit different. Okay, shall we get started? Before we get started, showing you everything, I would like to say thank you to all of my subscribers. My newest ones and my oldest ones. I appreciate the support of my channel. And hopefully you understand me 9 out of 10 times. I do have a tendency to talk fast, and I know that. I do try and stop and slow down. But welcome. As you can see from behind me, if you're new, I have a love of samplers. Samplers and Christmas. You'll see the Christmas crazy coming out shortly. Scary. Okay, shall we get started? I have a finish. So, my finish for this time is Florence Mary Dickinson from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I purchased this from Hobby House Needleworks in America, and I bought it as a kit. So I got my fabric, which was Tabby Cat something. Tabby Cat cream brulee. I got 46 count, and I got in my kit 103 silks. So I still have a lot of those all left, which is great because a lot of them will be used in other projects. And I have my finish. So this is slightly different, and that is because I've done this in honor of one of my great grandmothers. Get the greats right. So here is my Florence Mary Dickinson, and I dedicated this one to my great grandmother Myra Louisa Bope, who was born in 1904 and passed away in 1988. And I love this. Absolutely love everything that's in here. The colours, the detail, the big bouquet in the middle is gorgeous. Even the little deers, bring them in closer. Blows out the colour, sorry. Just an absolute fun to stitch. The border does take a wee bit. There's quite a bit of detail in there. Like when you look at the, each flower has two shades of blue or lilac. The reds, 2 shades of reds. These two shades of green for the leaves. Plus you've got the green in the border. So what's that? 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7 shades. 7 different colours to do the border. And some of them there's only like, you know, 3 stitches, 4 stitches. Stop that one. Tie it off. onto the next section. So I did find it easier for anyone that is doing it. I found it easier myself to like do the border line. I went back then and put in the green leaves, or one colour of the green leaves, sorry. Then the second colour of the green leaves, then like the outline of one lot, then the next in the colour. Same with the flowers, one colour all the way through or up one side, and then the second colour in, rather than having to change my needle all the time. It was more stitch, finish, move along, stitch, finish. But I do like how Myra has come out. So she will be framed and she will go up on my my family tree wall. I can't wait to get the next one going. But love Myra, gorgeous. So I'm kind of sad to have her finished, but I know it's for the better good to have it done. So one finish, and we are going to drop things on the floor today. Okay, next up, one moment, is my red. I've got things spaced out today. Is my red thread a day. So as you know, some days I only get one red thread done. Some days I get 2 to 4, sometimes 5, depending on what time I have to start work and what else I've got on in the morning. But Harriet Salt, 1866, from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. She's a Bristol sampler. She's well known. She's one of the biggest Bristols, I believe. But she's lovely. Lovely to stitch. Love these patterns. Easy to follow. Now, called for is if you're doing 103 is number 681, but I'm not doing that. I am doing 648, which is more of a burgundy. I like my burgundies. So she's a little bit darker. If you bought the fabric panel, she's very close to that. So here is where we're at. This is the bottom. And I've been working over here in this column coming down here. Bring her in closer. So I finished this one stitched all of this one this morning. So that took me 4 threads. This one here took me, sorry for the movement, took me 3 threads to get done. So that was pretty much during the week. Actually more than 3 threads. It was about 4 mornings, I think, to actually get that done. There's a lot of stitching in there. The leaves. I think I'd done this one before our last Flosstube. I did take this away when I went away for work, but I just didn't get a chance to work on it. So the little gutter, I would have liked to have been down here for this Flosstube, but that's okay. We will certainly get Harriet stitched. But she's lovely. Let's come back again so you can see that full picture again. So I think I'm going, I know I said last time, but I think I'm going to just pop you down. I think I'm going to bring it down to like this one here, just above Harriet's surname of Salt. I will put Salt in so I know that that is where it needs to be, and then when I want to start these, I'm okay, I'm already lined up. But I'm going to come down. So what do we got? We have got 1, 2, 3 more big rows, and then the word Salt will bring down that column. Then I'm going to come back over and I'm going to work this column, and I think I'll come all the way down for that. So that's going to be a good couple of months to get it down, I would say. At least a good, yeah, a month to 6 weeks, I would say, get through all of that, because there's some really heavy stitching in those. But so looking forward to having Harriet done. Okay, so we will pop, I won't lose that thread, Harriet over here. Right. Okay, so next up, I'm going to show you my whips, and then I will show you my starts that I have started so far for stash sampler starts. Okay, so These are probably out of order of what I stitched them in. And some of them I struggled this morning to try and remember what I'd actually stitched, which is a bit sad because some of them have been a few weeks. It's kind of been about 3 weeks since I filmed, so you get to that stage you can't remember. Alice Clark, 1844, from Crossstitch Antiques, also known as I Had a Father Kind and True. Love this. So we've made a wee bit of progress on Alice. So this is where I am at now. The problem with big samples, you have to go further back to get them all in. So that's the full, about there's the full picture. So we are up at the top up here. Okay. So this time round, I worked on this tree here, start to finish. So she's all completed. And then I had a bit of red thread left, and so I started in on the strawberry up here. But just trying to get it so it's not so, it's a little bit, yeah, it's probably a bit more true to colour. So this has been stitched with 103 silk threads on, oh my goodness, what did I stitch this on? Here's the tag, 46 count hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit. So like I said before, this is as tall as it is. The tree's the middle, so it's still going to be quite wide. She's going to be a big girl, but we know I like my big samplers. There we go. There is Alice. Okay. Sorry, I am just going to pack up as we kind of go because we're going to run out of room otherwise. And I just dropped 2 of them on the floor. Into my light. This is not a good floss tube, is it? We'll just turn your light back on so you guys can see. Okay. Rightio. So next up was from Forest Embroidery, Everflowering Garden, and this big beauty. So she's been stitched on 46 count up in the attic from Fox and Rabbit. This is the one that only has 10. I need to actually write that. Let me just write that down. 10 DMCs. And it's amazing when you're only using so few colours, the effect it has. So here is where we're at. Completed all the way across. Just that little wee bit down there to come down. This is where I had been working on. And here in the middle, go this way. This one here. Completed all the flowers. I've done all the greenery before. So all the flowers are now completed. We've done this little wee basket here of berries, and I've started in on this one here, which is, I can fold it up. Fold my little pattern up. Okay, so we're working on this part here, so that then I can put the peacock in and all of that. So this is the part I want to get in over the next session, if not more than that, but at least that, and finish, so that then I can start doing the mirror image out again. I will go back up and finish this other side that I haven't done, but for now, I just wanted a break from, I know this big tree, she takes a lot to get done, and I need to make sure if I'm going to do that big tree, I'd like to get it done in one stitching, not necessarily one stitching session, but over one weekend, because it is a lot of stitching. I don't want to drag it out over the 2 or a month worth of stitching. So there we go. Forest I love that project. I love all my projects, to be honest. Don't lose the cover page. Okay, next project is another one from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. Hannah Campbell, 1838. Lots and lots of over one on this project, but gorgeous. This one is also being stitched with 103 silks. So all the colours, minus a couple there still in the bottom of the project bag. I am stitching mine on Vintage Sand June from Lakeside Linens. I purchased this as a kit from Traditional Stitches in Canada. Excuse me. Okay, and here is where we eat. So we've got a little bit of progress on henna. May not look like much in the photo, but when I bring it close, in the screen at the moment, sorry, but when I bring it closer, you will see what I have done. So in the middle here, I have finished off 2 more letters. I have come down, I've done the wiggly bits over here and started coming down here, and a lot of this, the letters are 1 over 1. No, the rest is 2 over 2. But lots of tiny little wee stitches, of course, on the 46 count. It's love. I know I said I wanted to finish this, but I thought I'll save that for when Judith and I get an opportunity to have our Zoom meeting again, because it's nice easy stitching. Whereas up here where it's so tight and tiny, you've got to concentrate a bit more. So talking and that kind of stitching don't work well together. Well, not for me anyway. But loving how henna is coming out. Now, because I love henna so much, I have decided mine is not going to be named Henna. My henna is going to become Audrey Nicholas. And that is my grandmother on my mother's side. And they had a blue house, and I know this is brown with blue. And I haven't decided if I'm going to switch that and do all the blue and then the brown, but I believe, if I remember right, the blue that accentuate. And I don't quite know how well that will stitch up, as in to do the bulk of the house is at, but if not, it's got the blue in it, so I would really like to do that. She also had lots of beautiful plants and trees and shrubs and flowers all around her place, and I think this would be a great honour for her to do this one. So henna is going to become my grandmother. Base. So here's henna and where she is. Love it. I'm trying to keep them, I know some of them are different sizes for on my my family tree wall, but I am trying to keep them similar sizing and stuff, and pretty much they are all going to be Hands Across the Sea Samplers. Okay, next up, you guys really should see my last floor when we're done this. It's horrendous. Okay, next up was another Hands Across the Sea Samplers. Ann Diaper, 1826. Trying to read numbers backwards sometimes is not good. And this is a beautiful sample. I have not seen many people stitching her, and it's such a shame because she's so beautiful. Okay, so here is my full piece of Mary Ann. Mary Ann is being stitched on 36 count. So I got fabric that I dyed myself. So it's a brown and pink toned, tan and pink. Tan, I dyed it tan first, and then I put blotches of pink through it only because that's what I wanted. And I love how it turned out. This is one of my only 36 count pieces left now, apart from smalls and stuff, but as a sampler, this is my last 36 count. Just see a piece of my hair caught right inside. Anyone else have that problem when they're stitching? I don't know how many times I pull out my own hair out of my stitching. It's ridiculous. Right, what did we work on? So we finished up just about the whole bouquet. There we go, there's a good view of the colours. We've worked up all of this. Here I've come down and started doing the rest of this greenery. I'm still saving that. That's white fill-in. This guy is fill-in as well. As you can see from here, one big white flower pretty much. I think it's got a little bit of pink. Very, very light. Or two shades of white and cream. Actually, it might be white and cream. In here, so that's easy fill. Saving that part. So I will finish this greenery. I want to kind of get this bouquet done apart from those two things if necessary. Up next, because we need to start getting all of this stuff on this side. And I've still got the 1/1 stitching at the top here to concentrate on, so I kind of need to do that. And I think that's why I'm going to do some of this and some of this easy fill with the 1/1, so you get that break. We've still got some flowers to finish. I just noticed that on the side of this border, and I still haven't done the flowers along the bottom yet either. But loving how Mary Ann is coming out, and there is probably pretty much her true colours there. She's stitched with the DMC threads, and they are beautiful. Okay, Mary Ann. Rightio. Next up is another crowd favourite. We're getting through them. Okay. And they sinned. Here's the top half. Here's where we've been working. The bottom half, bottom section. And I am in the final bottom section. I'm in that big green full coverage area at the bottom. Okay. So it may not look like I've done a lot. But if I bring that in, I might have to go this side. You can see the second green is now in through here where it's a lot more shaded, darker shade. And that is literally what I did. That took a lot of stitching and a lot of time. I think I threaded my needle something like 30 times. It was ridiculous. And I've got 4 needles there, so with a lot of rethreading, I'd thread 4 at a time, stitch, and then thread the 4 at once. And I'll keep doing that because I want to kind of get most of this coloured in before I start filling in the rest. Because I'm going to put my name on this and stuff, and a few more motifs on this side as well, and a few flowers. This is the bottom. There's not that much more to go. But that fill-in is taking its time. So, and they sinned is stitched on, what's my little tag down here, 40 count hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit. And it used to be really easy to get big quantities of Fox and Rabbit in New Zealand. Not so much nowadays. But I'll have to order it in from overseas if that's the case. Because I do like stitching on Fox and Rabbit fabric. It's lovely. I love the tones and the colours. So, and they sinned is stitched with, what do we got? Sampler threads, Gentle Arts, and a few DMCs because we couldn't get Gentle Art colours. They're called for DMCs though, because they give you the DMC conversion as well. So can't wait to get back to this one. I won't be this weekend though, so I'm going to show you soon what I'll be working on this weekend. Okay, still got 2 more whips, and then we've got 3 more whips, sorry, and then we've got our new projects. I'm just going to change these 2 around. Righty ho. So my next one that I pulled out, and this only got 1 little session on it, so I was a bit gutted, but that's okay. Charlotte Warrington, 1838. She is from Needlework Press. Now she has been stitched on 46 count hog bristle, I think again. I think I have an addiction to that. Okay, my light just decided to turn itself off. I got it on here. No, I haven't. My goodness. I'm sure it's hog bristle. With the called for Weeks Dye Works threads. And as you can see, some of them are starting to get a little bit worn out. We're not very far into it. Well, I don't think we're far into it. Here we go. On the back. Okay, I am right. 46 count hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit. Okay, so here I am so far. Here's the bottom left corner, bottom left corner to the top, and we'll work our way across this way. Okay, so I did do a little bit more of the red in the flowers on the border. Only because I had some strands of red left that were threaded through the back. You didn't see them last time, so I finished those all. On, sorry, I'm just going to jiggle around. On this side here, I brought the rest of the castle up. We've still got to do some more of these parts in here. But I also started on this side of it. You can see the difference where the mortar is and where there is no mortar. So I started putting in that white mortar, finished off the step here. So not a lot, like I said, not a lot of progress, but 1 stitch at a time. We'll get this sampler finished. And just loving how Charlotte is coming. It's coming together beautifully. Okay, I'm going to pop Charlotte away. Whoops, we almost lost the thread. Can't do that. Righty ho. Last whip. Just eyeing up what I've got. Yes, last whip. Okay. She's a biggie. Sarah Brazier, 1829, from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I'm stitching this on 56 count white. Yes, white. Using DMC threads. When I say I'm using DMC threads, the width of this book is pretty much the length of my DMC thread. It is very short, so that it doesn't fray and it doesn't split. And I like it like that because you still get quite a bit done with that length of a thread. Okay. Sorry, I had to put her on my biggest board because I can't find my square one, and I think I know my granddaughter's taken it. I'm pretty sure. So here we go. Here is Sarah. And this is where we're at so far. And if I come this... Nope, I do want the other side. Okay. Righty-ho. So I'm going to move it this way. Right. So what did I stitch on? So I finished filling in the peacock up here, and I did the outline of the flowers on this one. They've got to be filled in with satin stitch, which is a different colour satin stitch. And then I thought, right, I wasn't in the mood to do satin stitch that particular evening anyway, so I thought, no, I'm not going to do it. And I could have come down here where my finger is and done another little outline of blue flower, because then that has satin stitch in it too, but I'll do that in my next stitching session. Okay, so then I thought, right, I'm going to come over and I'm going to do the next big motif. So I started the flower pot on this side, and it is going to be the mirror image of this one. So there's still a couple of, oh, I think the flowers are reversed if I remember right. Because it's brown, I think it's the yellow and brown at the top, I think. But very similar. And then another bird that will go on top, and then we'll be able to get this little bit, and then I'll be able to do all that satin stitching. And then it's only little wee bits in here. And then we'll come back down into this. So I'm loving how Sarah is coming together. The goal is for the end, by the end of the year. But now, you know, getting those big ones in, it doesn't take much to then get the little wee bits in. Because you can do, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 at a time. That big bulk just takes a bit of work. So loving how Sarah is. So here we go. Here's a full view again of Sarah. Okay, so Sarah is one of my projects for this weekend. Okay, so she is definitely will be worked on this weekend again. Okay, so I'm going to pop you here. Alright, so my last whip is this one. I did take with me, I actually took a bag full of projects, and there's three projects in that bag, and I took my red thread today. Like I said, I didn't get my red thread today worked on, but while I was in the airports, more than any time, I did work on Mrs. Claus. And I'm sorry, this is a black and white copy of it, but she is beautiful. Available on Etsy. Here's the designer. You can read that. But it is available from Etsy at xstitch_little_stories. But if you look up her or even look up xstitch on Instagram, you can see the videos of this Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus. Beautiful. And you know I'm Christmas mad, so we have to get that. So here is where I'm at. She's stitched on 36 count. Now see that? Yes, 36 count. 2 threads, which of course don't do very often, but because she's going to be a stand-up, you want her to be a bit thicker. So definitely the 2 threads. So on this one here, while I was in airport stitching, I filled in the missing colour. So you see how these guys have gap? It's all one colour red. So I basically just started at the top and have filled in all the way and across to here. And got a little bit done on the actual plane on the way over to Australia. No, I couldn't. I was jammed in between 2 seats, so couldn't stitch at all. I basically stared into space, and I think I read about 3 pages in my book, and that was it. Coming home, I was on an aisle seat, so I could actually do a little bit more stitching than in the middle seat. So that was good. Okay. Right, so since I finished Florence Mary Dickinson, or Myra Louisa Pope, since she's now finished, I need to bring another one of my whips into what I consider my rotation. So this is a project that I started 2 years ago. Yes, 2023's Stash Sampler Start. And I'm ashamed to say I haven't finished it. But I have even older whips, so, you know, we'll get there. Dutch Beauty. Love this sampler. So, Dutch Beauty is coming back into rotation. I was going to try and stitch on her. I need a board. Try and stitch on her this morning, but I didn't get a chance. Okay, I just flipped her onto a board to make it easier. So here is my whole progress so far. Okay, top, bottom, and I need to get stitching. Okay, so there's still little bits at the top that needs filling in. This part here is the center of the top. Where are we? Right here, just below my finger. This one here. Oops, that one there, sorry. So I've got a lot to do. Like even Mr. Bunny Rabbit's not filled in. I've got threads hanging out here. I came down so I could do the vases here. And I'm done. Yeah. Narissa, you need to get stitching on this. Alright. Love it. So, another piece of 46 count. Up in the attic. Oh my goodness. I know I've got it written down in here somewhere. Look. Yep, up in the attic. Good memory. From Fox and Rabbit. Using the, I find them in the bottom of my project bag, called for DMC threads. This is another one that does not use many colours. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 colours. You know, we do smaller projects that have like 24, 25 colours in them. 13 colours. Love it. So can't wait to get stitching back on Dutch Beauty. Okay. Checking. Right. So that is all of my whips and my new whip that's been brought from my previous starts into rotation. Okay. But Stash Up the Starts is for August and September. For me, I do the one starter a week. I've actually got a couple that I need to do a couple, like squeeze an extra couple in because I'm, you know, need more starts. I need more projects. But I will show you what I have been working on. So my first Stash Sampler start for 2025, which was, not yes. Am I out a week? What are we today? 16th. So 15. I'm missing a project. One moment, please. Panic Station's Salt. I found her. She had fallen under the table. Tell you, hard work this job. Rightio. Stash Sampler Start number 1, which was started on August the 1st, was Louisa Coulimore, another Bristol sampler from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I am stitching this along with Lee from Creative Lee here on Flosstube, and my friend Judith. So all three of us have started this particular Bristol sampler. So instead of just doing a start like I normally would, you know, a couple of days on it and put it aside and get on with the other projects, this Louisa, I have been doing a thread a day. So she is also brought into my morning stitch. And if I don't get it before work, I try and do that thread when I get home. So here is where I am with my start on Louisa Coulimore. 56 count. She is also being stitched the same as my other Bristol sampler with 103 number 648. I want my Bristol samplers to all be the same colour. I have burgundy in my bedroom and I want the burgundies. I love the burgundy colour. So here we go. We have finished row number 1. So I'm really happy with that. So what's that? That's right up until this morning. This morning I finished half the ear, well, most of the ear knot, only done the little bit underneath and all of the O. That did take 2 threads, but I wanted to get that row finished. But I didn't stitch on Thursday morning or Friday morning, one of them. Thursday morning, I think, I didn't stitch. So I made up for it this morning and got that done. So, yay! Stash sampler start number 1. Okay, I'm just going to pop it away in its bag because I'll lose that silk thread if I'm not careful. Stash sampler start number 2. Okay, and where has the book gone? Rightio, stash sampler start number 2 was on, so what, 1 and 7 is the 8th. Yes, 8th of August was Elizabeth Sevenson. So you say her 1854, and she is the 2025 Queen of the May. And we'll try and get that glare off, but oh my gosh, love this book. Beautiful sampler. And I love seeing all the finishes and everyone's progress that they've been stitching on this. Just gorgeous. Now, I am doing mine, so much of this project bag, with the DMC threads. So I decided I wanted to do the DMC conversion on this one. And still, look at those beautiful colours. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, shall we see what I got done? So she got stitched on. Let me just have a quick little wee. I want to knock that like button again. Let me have a look. Two stitching sessions, that was all in that, from Friday before to Thursday night. It's 2 stitching sessions because I wanted to get on to something else. Rightio, so here is Louisa, the bones of the border, and I have part of the flower at the top, and then I came down and I wanted to get started on that bottom. So I have a goat. To me they look like goats. This one down here, it may be a deer. Oh, it could be a deer. Deer dash goat, goat dash deer. Let's go with that. Part of the flower, part of the bottom border before all the grass. So pretty much what I'm wanting to do is get everything along the bottom stitched before I do the filling grass, because I can do the filling grass in between everything else. I may start it before then, but I'm not going to concentrate on it. This is a piece of 56 count. Yes, 56 count cream. That's what I got. So here's what I'm meaning. So here's my goat. Done these 2 flowers here. The bird. And I've started doing the dark green that's going to run through all of that grass. So we'll work on that dark green in the 3 rows that it is, and then maybe do these swans. Keep coming along with that pink pink bottom border that goes under that grass, and we'll probably get that, and then I can start doing grass and fill in, get those swans done. Now this one here is also one, because of the size of it, I think I'm going to put one of my grandparents on this one. I haven't decided which one yet. I mean, I could change and put this one for my grandmother. No, I want Hannah to be hers. Elizabeth's going to be one of the others. I've still got a lot to put up there, so we will get there. Okay, so that was Stash Sampler Starts number 2. This morning, no, yesterday, Friday the 15th, I started my project for week number 3. So my Stash Sampler Start for week number 3 is called the Needlework Casket. And this is it here. She is beautiful. So I haven't got the casket that it calls for. I don't know if you could still get it overseas or not, but New Zealand you definitely can't. Now the pattern is found in Sampler and Antique Needlework book. It's a hard book. And this book is published in, so it's probably more the second-hand market, I would imagine. 1994 is the copyright of it. Yeah, it's called Sampler and Antique Needlework, A Year in Stitches. It doesn't say A Year in Stitches on the front, but it does say A Year in Stitches on the heading at the inside. This is the first of many out of this book that I actually want to stitch. I love that. Right, so I'm just going to remove my little thing. Mine is being stitched with the DMC rather than the silks, and these 5 colours are the 5 colours that I've used so far. 4 of the 5. This one here is up next. So they're the first 5 colours that I've used. I will show you my stitching. This is being, oh, still got it in my hoop. Let me take it off the hoop. This is being stitched on 40 count. Literally a strip. There's one side, there's the other. And every piece will fit on this because they're not that big. And here we are. This is where I started. So we've got the bird done, apart from his eye and his little beak. Part of the fence line done, and this is the big one of the big trees that's in the background. So we'll keep working on that, and then there's a house that comes up here. I'll show you that again on the right page. You can kind of see where I'm working on. So here's the bird. Here's part of the fence line, which I'll come and bring down, and part of the tree here. Now it does have, kind of hard to see in this picture, a family name you put at the top. I don't think there's a clearer picture of that particular. Just flip through for 1 second. No. Okay, so at the top, really hard to see, above the roof here, you put your family name. I'm not going to put initials in along the bottom here. I will come up with something else for there if I think it needs it. Or I might even put my name. I might do that. I might put mine. No, because my surname's going up here. I don't know. I might put something in here, but I'm not going to do that letters. But yeah, it's so cute. Can't wait. Now, I do have, just put my bookmark in that page so I know where I'm at, because I'm going to stitch on that some more today. My little box there, I bought my sewing box. I bought from Spotlight, which is available in New Zealand and Australia if you're there. Overseas, I don't know, sorry. She's a bamboo timber, and it's indented, as you can see. And those things on the 40 count fit perfectly in the side pieces, the back piece, because it has one there, the other side, the front, and the top. And I will stitch something to go in here. There's a sewing box, so it has the trays, so I may put something else in there as well. And then at the moment, here's all my DMC threads. And as I'm using them, I'm putting them on my thread drops. Just little clear acrylic ones. I actually got these from Temu. And they're fine. Like that. They're really actually quite lightweight, which is great. And I haven't had any issues with them so far. They're not splitting my thread or anything like that, so that's really good. But I thought I'd give them a try. So here we go, here's the box. Alright, so that was my start last night. And like I said, it'll get some more stitching over the weekend. Between that and Sarah are my 2 projects I will be working on this weekend. Just trying to go, here it is. Nope. Sevenson behind. Rightio. So next week, because you're not going to see me till the week after that, next week on Friday, I'm just going to give you a heads up on what I am going to be starting out of my Stash Sampler Start selection. And oops, all falling off. I am going to be stitching this one here. Now, I am doing mine. It is called Maria. Oops, get out of that plastic. Sorry, one moment, please. Maria Ceron 1830. And I'll try and remember to insert a photo of the whole thing because you use all 5 components. And there's a bright version and the dull version. I'm doing the dull version. And there's an order you put them in to make this one big sampler. But there is Maria there. That's the colourway I'm doing. So here are all of my threads and their colourways. I am stitching mine on 40 count. I believe it is from Fibre on a Whim, Caramel Macchiato. This one here. And with the colours is absolutely gorgeous. So, Maria is only available through the Attic Needlework, as far as I understand. I'm pretty sure it's still an exclusive to them. You have to buy all 5 charts to get the whole big sampler. Okay, so that is next Friday's start. Then on the following Friday, my friends will be over at Daisy Chain Retreat, and I was unable to go this year. I was looking forward to it, but in the end I just couldn't, and that's fine. It happens sometimes like that, doesn't it? So I will be starting along with them. There's it started out with me, Sue and Susie doing this, and Anna. And now I think we have Jude and Tanya and a few more. Sorry, I can't remember everybody's name, but there's a lot of people now starting this. And it is from Reflex de Soir, Anise Couture, I think it's called, 1896. And this is beautiful. Cannot wait to get started. I will be stitching this on that Friday. Definitely. I am going to do mine on a 40 count piece of fabric that I dyed myself. That's probably about the colorway. All of the threads work great. I'm doing the DMCs and the colors work really well on this. The lighter color that you think will match to this is actually inside other colors, so it works great. Yeah, tan and a petal pink combo to make this color. It needs a good iron. But that is my threads. So those are the next two Stash Sampler starts that will be coming up. Just wanted to let everybody know that is what the next 2 are. Excuse me. Right, I still have some other stuff to show you. Hello. Oh. They always have to talk, don't they? Okay, I got some gifts over the last few weeks, and I've also got some purchases to show you. I know, naughty. Right, so gift number 1 was from my lovely friend Judith. And it is a beautiful snowman bag. Or snow ginger, we decided he was. Snow ginger man. Or ginger man snow. Whichever way you like to say it. But that's such cute fabric. And beautiful. Love the blue for green thing. and a chart that came as well. Thank you, Judith. Love those. Already know what project's going in there besides the one that's in there now. What the next project is. I also got, and it might be a little bit rattly, I'm so sorry, a gift that came all the way from Canada, from Heather. Make sure I've got it right. Yes, from Heather. I'm not going to say your last name, Heather, because I didn't actually ask your permission to do that. And she gifted me a project that I have wanted for a very long time. And it came beautifully, beautifully all wrapped. And I will share that with you now. This is a project you can't get anymore. So I was absolutely blown away that someone offered to send this to me. And it is Ann Morrison, 1830, from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. This is gorgeous. This was an exclusive to Traditional Stitches. It was for their 20th anniversary and it sold out really quickly. I know I've got a friend in, at least one friend in New Zealand that has this, and another one that has definitely stitched it. But to have my own copy was just amazing. So thank you so much, Heather. She also gifted me, I haven't finished unwrapping this, click, 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 all of the 100 threes to stitch it as well. And I've certainly got the fabric that I can put it on. So thank you. So Ann Morrison is going to be another sneaky new start. But I think I might do this as part of Carol the Saltbox Stitches summer samplers and do this as part of that. And the reason why is because for us here it's winter. And it's not really summer, so it kind of feels funny saying summer samplers, but I'm going to join in Carol and I'm going to stitch Ann Morrison. So this afternoon I will find some fabric and we may even get her started today. We'll see. If not today, maybe tomorrow. So thank you very much, both Judith and Heather, for my lovely gifts. And besides the gifts that they gave, that they gave me, I spoiled myself. And I bought myself a gift because it's been a hard time at work. And I bought myself a big book. And it's a bit heavy for nighttime reading, let's just say that. Bedtime reading is not happening. But it is beautiful, and I have started. I'm at about page 44 of reading through this 700-page book. But Tennessee Samplers, my goodness. Just the history that is in this book is absolutely amazing. I love it. And just the photography, the history behind it, what actually, because, you know, just blew me away. But like I said, I'm only on page 44. So we've got a wee bit to go. So I'm trying to read at least a couple pages every day. But absolutely love this book. Well worth the investment. Let me just say that. Okay. The other naughty thing I bought some fabric with Susie, but that hasn't arrived yet. We only ordered it this week, so of course it won't arrive yet. Right, so as you guys know, I work for Spotlight New Zealand, and our Christmas fabric has started arriving. I have a problem. I have an addiction. If it's not needlework, it's Christmas. Christmas fabric, just Christmas. I decked my whole house out. If you haven't seen my Christmas video, go back and have a look. And there's even more planned for this year for that. Been working on a few things. So, part of me going to Australia for work was we got to see all of the Christmas stuff that's coming. And there's some really beautiful things coming this year. Can't wait for some of them to arrive. But we'd had a small supply of Christmas fabric come in before I went to Australia. We got what they call another 2 pallets. So I've gone from 1 stand of Christmas fabric to 8 stands of Christmas fabric already, and that's not even half her fabric to come in yet. So I couldn't leave some of it at work. I had to bring it home. But I thought I'm going to show you guys, especially those that are in New Zealand and Australia. You definitely should be able to get most of this. And there's some really cool Christmas fabrics coming out. Rightio. So this one here I had to get because it's pussycats. And it is pink. And they are just absolutely gorgeous. Some, you know, got that crunched up sad face, playing with the baubles, sleep in the boot, lying on the parcel, just gorgeous. And it's in the pink, real, it's a real soft baby pink. Gorgeous. So I had to get some of this. I will be making myself a project bag. I also got some pink, white and green checkered. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that in this for my project bag, or I have got other pink fabrics that I think will go with it as well. But I might even make a portfolio yet. Okay, this one here I loved as well. It's called Traditional Range. I guess it probably goes, get it around the right way. This one here. All sorts of things. So lollipops upside down. Oh my goodness. Love it. See, well, don't think it really matters which way you go, does it? Gorgeous. This is like a soft grey background. But it's definitely part of the traditional Christmas range, which is, to be honest, is one of my favourites for this year. Here's another one that I had to get. I love the candy cane, and I had to get the candy swirls. What they called it? I just see sleepwear. Doesn't have an actual name, but it is the candy cane swirls, or candy cane lollies, mint lollies, whatever you want to call them. Love that. Don't know what I'm going to do with this one, but I had to have it. Those that know me know my addiction problem, and that's okay. I work in a fabric store, of course I'm going to buy fabric. Righty-ho, so another traditional, as you go that way, traditional Santa one with the navy blue background. Love that. The rocking horse. This is my kind of Christmas. All the memory, all the swagger that goes with it. All the old-fashioned stuff. Okay. The last two are probably really my favourites. I hadn't seen this one, and then my friend pointed it out to me. She goes, "Why have you not got that in your stash?" And I went, "Oh my god, why are they not?" And I had to get it. Look at this. It's metallic gold over 2 shades of Christmas greens. But when you move it, it's got that that movement. But this is just gorgeous. And I can't wait to see what else comes in this colour, because we don't get everything all at once. So comes in to go with it. But definitely had to get it. And if I don't make a project or something out of it, I will definitely be using it for the back of some ornaments. And I think I know exactly what ones it'll go on the back of. I may even have to put it at the front of the ornaments. We'll see. Now this guy is my lucky last. I'm going to hold it that way. And he is real traditional Christmas. It is gorgeous. Just beautiful. So if you're here and in New Zealand or Australia, there are some lovely Christmas fabrics coming this year. Great for your project bags, great for the back of ornaments. There's lots of small print, but yeah, just absolutely, I couldn't resist. 40, I know, but it's okay. It's okay. Right, so I think we're finally at the end. I've shown you my embarrassing haul just for, you know, that was yesterday. But yeah, should be right. Okay, what can we say? Thank you if you made it to the end. Sorry, it's been a little bit of drop things, and hopefully I can edit some of all that out and stuff this time around. One stitch at a time, we'll get our samplers done. One stitch at a time, we'll get our Christmas ornaments done. One stitch at a time, ladies and gentlemen. One stitch at a time. Happy stitching. See you next time. Bye.